Welcome to Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got Frank DiMatteo.
I'm not sure which one. And they start talking about The Sopranos. And Anthony starts saying, Ricky, I could fucking swear they're talking about us with this shit and stuff like that. And that was the whole conversation. They recorded it. I didn't know the guy in the back that was the informant recorded everything. And it was, and that came out later on that Anthony was, talking about how they thought the Sopranos was talking about them.
And that was
I
the
went to that
time when you guys were in the car. And I remember
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're coming out of Roselli's in Staten Island. In fact, I sat with the. I'm not sure now because I don't really pay attention to every little thing, even afterwards. So long ago. It was an informant or was the undercover agent. I sat at the bar because we left the table for a little while and we were watching Yankee game. The guy never said nothing to me about anything criminal. We were watching Yankee game. And then we went back to the table to eat. It was Anthony Rotunda, my father, a few other guys that were there. And then they talked a little business, but nothing big. And then we wound up leaving. And I found out that was either the informant or the rat or the detective. So we were right in the middle of that shit like that. It was crazy. It was crazy. We used to joke around all the time with Sopranos all the time because don't forget, we used to go to those guys were friends of ours. So we went to a lot of parties with them. What's his name? Christopher
and Frank, right?
Frank Vince is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Frank Vince is a good friend of mine. I met him from those days. Didn't see him for many years, and then hooked him up many years ago. Many years after, when I started Mob Candy magazine, he wanted to be on the cover of my magazine.
Yeah.
But was in The Sopranos. Yeah, Frank. So I knew him from then, and then we hooked up again later on, and we're close to the. At the end, we were close, but he wound up dying young, early. But we were friends with all of them. James Gandolfini and Pussy. Pussy, I knew forever. We used to do a lot of things together. Always got invited, especially that Jersey crew because they it was so close and people were friends and it's supposed to be based off that. So we went to a lot of parties together, a lot of drinking together. They used to come to the after hour joints we had. We had a topless choice, Vinny Pastore and Frank used to come there, drink with us over there. So we were very close with them. Went to party with Vito Anafermo and all those guys used to come down with us. So
do you feel like they really acted like that part, or do you think they were trying really hard? Or do you think it kind of was natural to them?
Well, listen, they got schooled. They were good actors. They good street. He's been doing street stuff since he was. They were all good what they did. I mean, they got schooled. You got guys that tutor you, in what they're doing. But they were pretty natural. I mean, they acted pretty natural. They were pretty good what they did. I mean, they were even out of act. Even when they were already doing that, they didn't change that much. I mean, I sat with them many nights, except for Michael Imbriali. He was a completely different character. He was a liberal, regular guy. But Pussy and Vincent and those guys were all same character. They were acted the same, spoke the same mannerisms. They weren't too far from their character.
Yeah, I was at
and none of them involved.
I was at Vincent's birthday party. Shout out to Big Pussy, Vincent Pastore.
Yeah, Big Pussy, good guy. I love him, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah, man. This is.
I had him on. I had him on the cover of one of my magazines. He did a cover of my magazine.
Yeah, when he had black hair. I remember when he had black hair.
Yes.
You had him on the cover.
Yeah. Frank Vincent came down. These guys didn't have to do that. They did it for me. They came down because we were friends, and they came down to the cover. Monasante came down to the cover for me. And Monasante was up there. He was a big actor, and he came down. Frankie Boy, he goes, whatever you need, I come down. Gianni Russo, as crazy as was, when I asked him, he came flying down for me. I mean, no matter what people say and like that, and I didn't have to ask him twice. He did the right thing by me in a minute. They all did the covers for me for the magazine. So you get friendly, after that. Before that, knew them before that, but after you do that stuff with them, you get a little more friendly. You know, go out, drink a little more. We went to dinner. I got very close with Aman. I used to go up to his house in upstate a lot. But, you know, you meet a lot of people, you know, through this life. You know,
I want to
and I didn't meet them.
get Gianni on. If you could help me get him.
Gianni Russo?
Yeah.
I don't know. You put money up with Johnny, he'll come fucking doing it. You have to show some scratch to Johnny. I don't think he does nothing for nothing.
Yeah, I know a lot of these people pay. I never paid for an interview, believe it or not.
I know. Most people don't. I think Johnny, I don't you know. Listen, man, Johnny's up there, been around forever. You know, I mean, he's no spring chicken. You know,
yeah,
he's been around there. He went through a lot of shit in life. You know, I read his book. I know him. You know, sat with me and my wife and his girlfriend. We went for dinner quite a few times. But you know, we don't talk stuff like that. You know, when we were for dinner, we talk nothing like of all that stuff in the book and stuff like. You don't do that. I mean, that's not what we do. Yeah, we're in an apartment in the city. In fact, my voice just reminded me when we went to do the. We shot a sitcom for. We shot for what do you call it? For a show. We would shoot a show, right? And they asked me, you know, Johnny Russo? Yeah. Goes, can you get Johnny Russo to shoot the show with you? You know, so I asked Johnny. I said, Johnny, you want to be part of this reality show that wanted to start? That Whoopi Goldberg got involved with me and stuff like that. That's why I hate Whoopi, because she fucked me. I don't talk to her no more. But anyway, so Johnny, we go to Johnny's apartment and I sit with him when they asked him to do the cover in the city on 61st Street. As it was supposed to be old Frank Costello's old apartment. I used to do the numbers at her. That's his apartment. And he says, I go to meet him. Yeah, he showed us all the original stuff, the telephones, all the jack plugs on the wall, and like it was really cool.
Wow,
hundreds of them on the floor. They never took away from the out of the apartment. And he had the garbage can that he hit James Conway signed behind a bar. And he was telling us a story when he then we went for dinner after that. But while we went there, it was all being filmed. Then I'm asking him, I said, Johnny, would you do me a favor, do the cover? And he says to me, well, why gotta do the cover? He said, it's not a big magazine. Why should I do it? And I said, well, can you do me a favor and do it? He did it. Came down, stood fucking 20 hours shooting. I mean, I have nothing bad to say. We're all crazy. They will all talk this, talk that. I don't know how true anything is, but I know one thing. In my world, meeting these people, they all did the right thing. Didn't owe me nothing. You know, I was a small magazine. I wasn't the fucking Playboy. It was a small magazine coming off the ground. They must have liked it. You know, they might like me. And they did it. They all came down, Amana Santi, Vinny Pastore, Frank Vincent. They all came running down, man. They all did the right thing. So I have nothing but more respect for these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's how we get to know a lot of guys. When I was with Jersey Crew, because of the Soprano things, and that's how I met a lot of those guys. Paulie was a really, I met him. Which is
Paulie Walnuts,
just
right? Yeah, Paulie Walnuts.
Walnuts, yeah, he passed away. But he was always, but out of character was a character. He was always the same.
Yeah,
always the same.
He went to prison for killing a guy back in the day, didn't he?
Yeah, he was involved many years before that. Paulie Walnuts, yeah, and he just passed away. A lot of these guys passed away now, so but that's how we wound up meeting a lot of guys because of the Jersey Crew, and they were friendly. Anthony Rotunda and those guys were friendly and stuff like that. So, everybody generates, gravitates to everybody.
Also, all those celebrities back in the day, they all loved the wise guy shit.
And that's true. My wife said too. Even
they still do. They still do. They still.
Yeah, man. When I was a young guy down Pleasant Street, we used to come to Hunts Hall, Casey and Sunshine Band. What's his name? Jim Roselli, what's her name? Judy Garland, all came down Pleasant Street. When I was a young guy, that's all that was down there. They used to come down to meet Frank Ponchiliano or what? Punchy with Lauren Bacall.
Barbara.
Lauren Bacall used to come down all the time. I used to drink with Lauren Bacall on Cross Street twice, 3 times a month. They were all older than us, of course. I was young. I was a young guy. Talia Roberts. Oh my God, Joan Hackett. I mean, I can go list. I mean, I wrote a book. I got a coffee table book called "If You Think You're Crazy." I got a story for you. And I put it all in that. And back in the section of that book, of that coffee table book, it's like I wrote all the celebrities that came down. I used to come down a lot. I used to leave my wife or my girlfriend at the time, go downtown and see Lauren Bacall sitting on the couch drinking. I mean, that's fucking cool when you're, 16, 17. These people are famous stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think of all of them right now. I got to go into class and grab the book, but tons of them, man. That's what we did. I mean, being around, I couldn't type it up. I was frozen over here.
Yeah, well, I think we're out of time. I think, man.
I just happened to be privy to it. You know, I mean, I walked into that. This was.
Yeah, I think we're out of time. I appreciate you.
You got it, man.
And
Good.
if you like this,
with that fucking thing, man.
If you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this podcast, too fucking bad. Start your own. Thanks.